Good morning. If you're in the Central Time Zone, it's around 6 to 7 p.m. I'm sorry, a.m. Sun just rose. I needed a moment to pause on this one. And you know me, when I do these live streams, right, on YouTube or Twitch, I always have terrible audio, okay? So I'm trying my best to keep the yelling and the anger, the hatred to a minimum. Frankly, that's good for me because my body is it's not in good shape. Okay? You're gonna get a different side of Christopher Jackson today. We're gonna talk about some things that are just sickening. Um, I truly believe some of my healthcare providers were trying to murder me on purpose. And I will be naming that hospital all over social media. Come what may, I don't care who has an issue with it. I've done it before. You've seen me, guys. I've been on the internet for several years. Why on earth would someone fuck with Christopher Jackson at this point? Why? Surely, at least if they never heard of me, they understand that you do dumb shit in a professional capacity these days, you're putting your literal life and your safety and your occupation on the line. You heard of council culture, right? We all have. Well, apparently, some of our medical experts, the cream of the crop in intellect, or so we're told, they don't know that. They think that we're still back in the 70s and 80s where we don't have a functional internet and the only internet that exists is dial-up running on KB speeds between AT&T and T and some other businesses. No, 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 no. No, dear viewer. No, sweetie pie. We're in the modern era. Everyone has the internet and everyone's literally looking at one another like they're your boss or something. And that's how it should be to keep your fucking ass in order. There's a reason why I call myself the purveyor of truth. I call myself the grassy scientist. I call myself, you know, the philosopher and things like that. I expect professionalism and education, at least to an understandable degree, from an adult. I don't expect to have to sit here and wonder what is wrong with this person. Why are they doing dumb shit that don't add up? Are they functionally retarded or something? Like, what's wrong with them? I'm gonna pause right there real quick. That's already a good little starting point. Real quick. That's already a good little starting point. Hold on. At least, if they never heard of me, they understand that you do dumb shit in a professional capacity these days. You're putting your literal life and your safety. All right. Just had to check and see if it was functional and working because I didn't get no notification. Sometimes, as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the sudden mic drop. No pun intended. Dear God. But anyway, wait a minute, hold on. I'm being a cluss right now. Okay, as I was saying before the rude multi-mic drop, when you are in a professional capacity, be it for healthcare, be it for real estate, be it for government positions, there's an expectation. You should not have to be told that. But again, in this healthcare system of ours, hence why I call it a fraudulent system, seems like some doctors are just out of their element. I'm not sure if these people have severe mental problems, learning disabilities, if they need to go back to school, if they did not learn during school, I don't know. But what I experienced in a particular hospital recently, that may be some of the worst shit I've ever lived through. Now, at this point, I'm not going to name names because unfortunately, I'm still kind of relying on these pieces of crap. Hold up. Wait a minute. Gotta check old Twitch and Twitter because you know all the muskrat is like fucking borderline retarded like that. No, like literally, like he's like he has to be autistic. Elon Musk is the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. Hold it. Just want to make sure. It did not come through. Okay. And that I manually post a rant and alert my fans. This shit needs to be public. The American healthcare system is the worst, and I gotta be honest with you. If you have loved ones that are like in nursing homes, you may want to consider pulling them out. Fuck your expenses. Make the sacrifice and pull them out for their safety because chances are they really are facing abuse. I think I got a little taste of that recently. Hold on. Hold on. They fucked the YouTube app up. I can't even navigate this shit hardly now. Hold on. Trying to copy this fucking link. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some nostalgia here. I remember a long time ago when this channel was called The Ultimate Being 01's Commentary. And I had to go in on a person I used to love. Some call me Johnny. And I'm not gonna lie, that hurt me. I don't like doing stuff like this, but I will. I'll destroy you if I must. It's your education. You're gonna learn. The hard way, the easy way, you're learning. Cause I'm fucking tired of dealing with stupid people, bro. Okay, so what happened? I don't know if too many people are gonna be joining. It is early morning. But the link will be pinned to my profile at Chris Ajax01 on X. Thank you, Elon Musk, for choosing the dumbest sounding fucking name for a social media website, you dumb bitch. But anyway, let's continue. You can hear it in my voice. I sound exhausted. I'm tired. And after what happened at this particular hospital, that's for now gonna be saved. The name is shame treatment is coming. I got to feel things out with these upcoming events that's planned, like my home health care. Folks, I'm going to be honest with you. I may not be around much longer. And I know that doesn't really mean much to, know, the vast majority of anyone who will come across this video, because you don't know me, right? But I just had to just put that out there. And the reason why I say that is because it seems evident to me that at some point during my youth, when I'm just going about my day, not caring about anything, family broken up, it seemed like I got subjected to a viral infection that has now caused me liver damage. No, I'm not a lush. Yes, I have drunk a little bit. Peach Moscato is my favorite drink. I can literally count how many times I've gotten tipsy or drunk in my existence. No, I'm not some pervert. Though I make jokes about eating pussy and sucking dick, that doesn't mean I'm actually out there doing it, does it? No. They claim it was a viral infection. I'm not going to go too far into that element, but it did cause my liver to become cirrhotic, meaning it's not properly filtering out chemicals within my body. If the chemicals build up, I'm dead. That's it. That's all she wrote for those with being 01. But for some reason though, this is not seemingly taken all that seriously. A lot of these doctors, again, this is why I say these people are not intelligent. They just simply say, well, just get a liver transplant. Motherfucker, that's not simple. You gotta find a matching donor. You gotta find someone willing to donate. That takes considerable time. And it's rumored that certain people from other countries, Israelis, yeah, they have special privileges that allows them to get early access to organs that they need. Really? Why? Why? What difference does it make if you're American or Israeli? If you got a fucked liver, you got a fucked liver. Doesn't matter if you're Israeli, African, European, whatever. If this were a true healthcare system, doctors across the nation be like, get the fuck out of here. Who cares? We need to treat our patients the same. If you have a cirrhotic liver, please come to us urgently. You are literally at the end of your life, potentially. That doesn't translate to the average American. This is why I've always written on social media under the pseudonym The Ultimate Being 01, The Grocery Scientist, yada yada. There seems to be a mental health crisis in the United States. Though it's harsh when you hear me call people retarded and insult them, it does come from a place of concern. When I look at an adult human, I'm thinking, you better be somewhat educated. I should not have to explain things or question things from you. I'm literally sitting here wondering if some of these nurses at this particular hospital that I'm talking about, that I'm thinking about right now, I'm thinking about just naming it. And in fact, at the end of this video, I will. We're gonna get this popping. Oh baby, that hospital about to see some harsh times for what they did to me. I got to sit here wondering, do you even know what a fucking pathogen is? I know what a pathogen is. I've never set foot in a medical institution anywhere in the fucking planet. Do you know what a germ is? I'm pretty sure you, dear viewer, know that. I'm sitting here right now with lymphorrhea. That means that my legs are receiving excessive waste, water, fluids. Why? The liver is not functioning. Why am I at home on a PS5? Can someone tell me that? Why am I not out at another care provider getting these legs looked at and observed and researched and dealt with? Because here, let me boil down the American healthcare system. It doesn't exist. Hence the title of this video. The American healthcare system is fraudulent. Top to bottom, in and out, every single element is pure fraud. Literally, like I just said, they pick and choose people who they give preference to for organ transplants. Let me tell you the true purpose of healthcare, the longevity of the human species, period. If you're not able to just answer straight up like that, you're a fucking dumbass. You don't know what healthcare is. What, pray tell, is the point of having a healthcare system, dear viewer, in which the majority of your citizens in your country, like myself, like yours truly, Ultimate Being 01 here, they can't get access to any doctors because of insurance costs? And one other element, why the fuck is there an insurance sector? Fuck out of here. What's that got to do with healthcare? What does billing and paying some random dumbass with his hand out, what's that got to do with you going to the doctor to get your tooth pulled? Nothing. So why is that there? Why is there a Humana and an Aetna and a Cigna and a United Way and all these and all these state laws talking about, well, you can have gifts and charities to meet the cost, and all these versions of Medicare standard through the federal government, which is Part A and B hospital, and whatever Part B was, I think it was specialist, or Part B might be hospital. I think Part A is like specialist, and then the other bullshit is like Medicare Advantage. Ooh, Advantage. Like you guys are taking advantage of your dying patients. Why is it set up like this? It's fraud. Once again, the true purpose of healthcare is the longevity of human and animal life. You're not achieving that if people can't even get access to a doctor. It just goes back to the old fundamental problem in economics, scarcity. What gives anything economic value, monetary value? Scarcity. It's the water diamond paradox. Water is valuable for life. We all need water. Some of us need less of it. If you don't have water, you die. Diamonds are not valuable, but to human existence, but yet humans place considerable economic value because they're scarce. You cannot just produce diamonds and you can just turn on the tap and get, well, dirty water, but you can boil it and make it drinkable. That's the reason why. See, when it comes to the American healthcare system, people understand. Oh, the politicians are mentally ill. They're uneducated. They're pieces of shit like your average American. But they're smart enough to realize, hey, all of these people need health care. Let's go tap into that little fountain of cash flow. Wink. And thus you get a case like mine, where your mentally ill sister is sitting there chiding you because you never fell for the Obamacare scam. My sister, I hate the bitch. Her name's Janetta Jackson. I will shame her. I don't care for her. Something is mentally wrong with this woman. This woman's 70 years old, and she thinks Obamacare is good. Really? How? You're 70, you dumb bitch. At no point in your existence did you ever have a stop and start moment and be like, wait a minute, why am I paying for health care? Obamacare, the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, is a scam. Just like private health insurance, just like drug manufacturers, just like everything in this country, including the educational levels and attainments of the providers themselves. It's all fraudulent. Don't be fooled by them smiling faces, all that concern, all that bullshit. Oh, we're gonna help you. Come to Oak Street where you got this dancing Negro, this stupid looking retarded motherfucker up here dancing and jiggling and doing chucking and jiving on this little commercial. Check it out. No, no, come with the real. You don't give a flying fuck about your goddamn patients. Case in point, yours truly. Me and my decompensated fucking liver, which just came out of fucking nowhere. My sister legitimately is, I truly believe she has a learning disability where she's functionally retarded. Like, she's 70 years old. 70 years old. She's still a Christian. I stopped believing in God at like the age of 10. What the fuck's wrong with this bitch? But getting off that subject, that's going too personal. Do what you will with it. Back on the healthcare system issue and healthcare providers. See, here's the thing about single payer that the left on the internet understands. To be fair, they understand this, but they're not understanding the full purpose of it. Single payer healthcare. Well, why is it going to be single payer? The idea is there's not going to be private insurance. Hint. Ideally, we would ban and outlaw private insurance. I would do that in a heartbeat if I had control of this fucking stupid ass country. You think I value Obamacare? Fuck no. I will grab Obama by the fucking neck and throw his ass in a goddamn jail cell for committing fraud against millions of people. Grand larceny. And I'll have a fucking smile on my face. And that motherfucker said talking about, well, I'm fighting for black people. I'll knock his ass straight the fuck out. And wouldn't think twice about it. No, people, you're being played. Healthcare is not meant to be a profit center. Let me say that again for the retarded ones that'll stumble upon this. Healthcare is meant to be available, open, free for anyone. If it's not, it ain't healthcare. It's what I call buy care. You buy what you can afford for healthcare services. If you can afford to get your teeth pulled, hey, they'll do it. If not, well, the motherfucker's gonna rot, and that could lead to an infection. Good luck. There's a thin line between legitimate healthcare and being conned. Oh, that's not even going to providers. I often overlooked thing about the single payer proposals and the comparisons. It's single parent. This honestly is like an ideal. Truthfully, if you want to be brutally honest, not even the lofty lauded European countries have true single payer, because they even have a little mixture of some private controls over healthcare administrative processes and billing. That's all it is. And yeah, I dropped the mic again. Actually, that was an appropriate mic drop. Let's keep that going. Providers also, because like I just said, it's all fraudulent. Providers, they let's keep it 100. Some of them are just trying to profit. You have cases where doctors, hospitals are just stealing money. I've read those news articles. The federal government, CMS, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, will have to waste time and your taxpayer dollars chasing after them, going to court, reclaiming at least most of the funds that these providers stole. I shit you not. It's common. Hospitals, like the one I'm thinking about, waste money on real estate, leasing, special departments, and empty rooms. But yet, funny enough, they get all that tech and all those specialists, and they still providing shit service. Why? Why? The education and training of the nurses and providers within the hospital. Hence, they legitimately, sorry for that, I gotta keep this shit close to me. They legitimately don't see an incentive to try to change up this bullshit and be like, okay, well, right, okay, hold on, guys, shit keeps falling. First, test, let me test this. Okay, there we go. I hear my voice. As I was saying, these lavish hospitals, the one I went to was fairly lavish, had multiple towers. Why? You don't need that for healthcare. Now, if those towers were providing additional rooms for potential patient overflows, okay, that's understandable. The towers have shit in them like gift centers and coffee shops and Starbucks. You don't need that. Worse still, providers, state governments, local governments, they're all taking advantage of, take a wild guess, each other, true, and the patient. The patient suffers. It gets reductions in quality of care because everyone has their hand out chasing dollar bills. It's a scam. Look at the title. Now I'm getting fucking dizzy. And now I'm also going to get into the treatment of myself. You notice something throughout this whole little rant so far? I sound exhausted. I don't know. I'm worried that I may not make it very much longer. I'm not jinxing it. I don't jinx. I don't believe this shit. But it's like I need to be going to a specialist right now. I feel ill. I feel very exhausted. But to be fair, I couldn't sleep because I don't have a bed. I begged this stupid hospital, hey, can you guys provide an emergency medical bed so I don't have to be, grounded? They couldn't do it. They will send home health care to my house. They're coming today. They better hurry up and get here. I may fuck around and die on this live stream. Oh, does that jolt you out of this illusion that, oh, Obamacare was functional. No, it was never functional. Prices have been rising. Why? If Obamacare's true purpose, Romney Care, whatever you call it, it's a right-wing plan from the Heritage Foundation. That alone tells you that was never meant to really function. If it was meant to be functional, here's the thing. You wouldn't have private insurance. You know what the patient protection? Patient protection. These law bills are just hilarious. They promise things in the title that they do the opposite of. Patriot Act, Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. Motherfucker, suck a dick. It would have established clauses within this legal writing that bans private insurance. All that shit would have been taken over by the federal government, and that's what I always dreamed about. Here's my ideal for single payer. The federal government needs to clean up its act, take over all these private insurance companies, freeze their assets, and claim it. Invest that into the single payer. Call it a day. Boom, you're gone. You have a single payer system. No private insurance sector. Take a while, guess what happens? People go to their provider, get a tooth pulled, get a broken arm fixed, get your fucked up liver checked. The provider says, okay, well, we perform the services, send it to the federal government, Descendants for Medicare and Medicaid services, the single payer in my hypothetical. That's it. You're done. No surprise billing. No lying. These ads on TV. Oh, we'll cut your costs. Sign up for our dental plan. None of that shit. The patient goes to the provider performs the service is billed to the federal government, the single payer, CMS cuts the check, done. Done. Just do the dumbass in the back row understand what the professor just said? You go to the doctor, it's paid for, done. But or you can have cases where you get people like my retarded sister sitting here praising Obama for a right-wing plan, and the dumb bitch legitimately thinks that's a good option. Apparently, Americans like clean out their bank accounts to random motherfuckers walking in on their front yard saying, "Hey there, I understand your grandmother has a tumor. We can deal with that. You best better break the bread first. We need about 50K right up front." Huh? Who are you again? Allow me to introduce myself. I'm from Oak Street Insurance. No bullshit like that. That the Patient Protection Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, Mitt Romney Care provides to the American citizen. There's chances are that will reduce a lot of the theft coming from, let's face it, providers. Yeah, these are not good people. I don't know why the left on the internet overlooks providers stealing and robbing the patient, just like the federal government, just like the insurance sector. They're all doing it. I'll slap these motherfuckers in some handcuffs and with the quickness too. Dude be walking down a surgeon and like 5 seconds later he'll be like a felon. And I'll be sitting there laughing at the motherfucker saying, "Oh, yeah, how you like that, buddy? Mm-hmm, yeah. You lost your medical license within 5 seconds by a black guy. That's weird." When it comes to Americans, truthfully, it's a sign that the educational system has been destroyed. This is going back to what I said at the very beginning. If you missed it, start it over. This video, it'll it'll process and you'll be able to play it and share it. It's not going to be unpinned, not for a while. Where you should not have to explain some things to adults. Grown ass adults are sitting here celebrating being conned. This is the point we're at in America, folks. Oh, I haven't even gotten into my treatment. Oh, I haven't even touched on that. I'm talking about the scams that a lot of Americans, like my retarded sister, don't seem to comprehend. The bitch is 40 years my senior. She's like in her 70s. I'm 35. This bitch seriously thinks that right wingers care for her. See, this is why a lot of black folks are stigmatized in this country as being stupid and low IQ. Because these Negroes, they're like children. They don't think. What, pray tell, makes a 70-year-old person wake up and be like, I want to go empty out my bank account to the federal government for health care? When I know the federal government makes multiple trillions and prints its own money. What? You never thought about that, dear sister? I think about that literally every damn day. And I'm just like perplexed, like, what are you missing? That's not functional. At some point, even in an ideal situation where you can meet out most demand for healthcare services in that type of capitalistic endeavor, a lot of people are going to be priced out. Eventually, the people with the money, they're going to be priced out too, because chances are the market will start to collapse, prices will rise because inventories are falling, professionals are leaving the field, and so forth. See, this is what an educated adult sounds like. Things you don't have to explain to me. I got to explain to someone 40 years my senior, my sister. Hey, sister, I know you think you're smarter than me. I'm your little brother, but it's time for you to realize that Christopher Jackson is no longer present. You're dealing with a literal expert at this point. You need to learn your place, you dumb bitch. It's unbelievable. Put that aside. Oh, why would you put that aside though? That alone could be like the subject matter for like 52 fucking vetoes straight. And I might actually come back and double down on that. We're gonna talk about now how this hospital, name's gonna be withheld for now, for some inexplicable reason, decided um, we're gonna take this guy who we know is sick. We're gonna call the police on him. That's me. I'm gonna tell you something that just happened at this place. I lost my mind. On my diagnostic information is information that states that I suffered haptic encephalopathy. Don't even bother Googling it. You don't know what the fuck it is. But one potential consequence of it is delirium. And yes, it says that too on my diagnosis. Why does it say that? Um, I lost my mind. See, the problem with a organ that's not functioning, any organ really, heart, kidney, lung, Liver doesn't even matter. Your gallbladder, it typically leads to a buildup of toxins in your body, which can circulate to the brain. I was temporarily insane. But strangely, I was still cogent. I was still cognizant of my actions. It was like there's Christopher Jackson right there, but he's being buried by his own subconscious. He's trying to claw his way out, get control of himself. But it's not quite working because he's so exhausted. This is when you need highly educated medical staff to say, okay, Mr. Jackson, calm down. I didn't have that. Let me explain. There was one night when I had, and you go on my social media, and I'm not gonna lie, I broke down crying over this. It's not me. I don't call myself a philosopher for no reason. I focus on education, people. Thinking like, oh, you lost your mind, Chris. That fucks with me, man. I was sitting there going at Chris A. Jackson 01. And I'm talking about one of them nephrologists, kidney doctors. This dude tells me the most retarded sounding shit I've ever heard. Well, you can survive a 1 liter of fluid. Fluid! Not water, fluid. And we're going to try to get your legs down with that. Here's the problem with that. I'm on the internet, educating myself. I'm literally reading medical journals and documents and studies of people with lymphoria, edema, whatever you want to call it, edema. Not a single one of them. And some of these are organizations with legitimate medical licenses too. So you can trust what they say. They're not talking about, well, you got to drink 1 liter of fluid to get the swelling down. What? Why is there a contradiction there, Mr. Expert? You come into my fucking room. You see me sick. Your first impression is to lie to me? You know I'm going to fact check your dumb ass. Oh, hold on though. This is where it gets a little bad. Right after that, there's another woman that comes in. She tells me I'm going to be discharged that day. She has an androgynous sounding name that sounds masculine. Ike. She's an African female. Let that sink in for a moment. It matters because right after she left, there was an Asian doctor that came in to do a scan of my stomach to check for acidic fluid. Or just scan, as they call it. But it gets worse. While that happened, I'm sitting there and there we go again with that fucking mic drop. I'm sitting there, hold on. I'm sitting there waiting for the next nurse, specialist. They all stopped. Apparently there was a stop of services. I ain't stupid. God damn it, bro. Hate this PS5 setup. I would like my computer, but landlord stole it. That's another story for another day. This seemed like I was really gonna be discharged, but suddenly they came in to check my vitals. I was up and I was enraged. And frankly, let's be real. Can you blame me? Discharging a patient when you just had a guy walk in and say your legs are still swollen pretty bad. I was yelling at the next few nurses that came in. They're trying to calm me down, but that was a sign that I was becoming a little bit delirious. Later on that night, if you go back and read my social media, you get the hints. I was out of touch, to put it kindly. I was pissed. I called my sister, cursed her out, told her don't ever call me again. If, quite frankly, I want to keep it like that way. That bitch is retarded. I don't want you in my life. You're an embarrassment. 70-year-old fucking woman up here gleefully being conned. Get the fuck out of my existence. When that happened, suddenly I felt flushed like I'm feeling right now. The delirium was starting. Christopher Jackson, as you hear him, was not present. My mind was going blank. I truly believe I was dying in that moment. Because I could hardly breathe. And I'm yelling at these people like, what is wrong with you? Where are the providers? The nurses stopped coming. And there was a weird thing that was happening. I was deluded. For some reason, I thought one of the nurses said, walk out. And I put that on my Twitter account. I believe. I got to go back and check it. Walk out. I'm thinking. I started to actually do it. Within moments, they literally called a bunch of police there. Now imagine this: a dude that's mentally ill, and I would freely admit, yes, my mom was gone at that moment. Christopher Jackson was bye-bye. I wasn't conscious, but again, at the same time, I was lucid. I was delusional. That's how sick I was. Delirium. It's a consequence of, organ failure in general. I'm sitting here staring down a fleet of cops. Stop right there. If you saw me in that moment, what you would have saw was a black guy with his hair frazzled. His eyes were jaundiced. Jaundice means there's a protein in the blood that circulates, or I believe it's either circulating or missing, and it leads to discoloration in the skin, yellowing in the skin and in the eyes. You could literally see it in my eyes. I was gone. What idiot? And we're gonna pause on this because I got a rant just on this. What idiot looks at that situation? Me, yellow eyes, messed up hair and everything, thinks to themselves, we need to call the police. No. As an adult, medical expert, calm Mr. Jackson down. If you can, maybe sedate him, put him in a wheelchair, put him back in bed, monitor his vitals very closely. You're done. See, that's what an educated medical professional would do. These retarded motherfuckers at this particular hospital, and I mean, some of these nurses I believe were functionally retarded. I don't think they even knew how to write English or their own native language. That was what? How did you get that job? Then that's what they did. They called the police. Then in my hypothetical, with a better educated staff, when Mr. Jackson comes to, explain to him what happened, humbly apologize for getting a little physical, because in that case, yes, even I had to say it, you might have to get a little physical with Mr. Jackson, the pacifist. Well, he's gone. You have no choice. This big lunking dude here is like just out of his mind. You gotta put him to sleep. That's why you want to have sedatives on hand, folks. Why does that, going right back to what I'm saying at the beginning of this video? Why do I have to sit here on a fucking PS5 game explaining this to people? We're the thinkers, we're the philosophers who realize this is not a man that's in his right mind. He needs to be put back to bed and monitored. Why the fuck did you call the police? Oh, it gets even better. Hold it. You think it ended there? No, that's in the ideal situation. The police were kind of violent. Luckily, I was starting to come back a little. It was the weirdest experience of my fucking life. It's like there's Christopher Jackson subconsciously. He's trying to come back. He ain't quite there at the surface. He's coming back. I was lucid, meaning I was aware of what was happening, but yet I just did not seem to have full control, if that makes any sense. It was weird. Okay, so I'm sitting here like, all right. For the second time in my life, I'm staring down retarded looking fucking cops. Why? These boneheads come up here and they're putting on a show. Well, Mr. Jackson, we're very concerned for you. Cops are retarded in this country. They don't give a fly fuck about anyone. Even in my delusional state, I realized, yeah, you're lying, dude. What are you planning? I actually said, that's how gone I was. I actually said that out loud. What are you planning? It kind of happens when you're an 18, 20-year-old in Monroe, Louisiana, getting arrested for public masturbation. And that memory is in your subconscious along with what's happening in that moment too. You're like, okay, here we go again. What are you planning? Even a deluded, delirious dude can just tell American cops are just trash. Continuing. Oh, it gets better. They're putting on this act. It's multiple cops. Why do you need multiple cops to do one black guy that could literally be dying right in front of you? Are you that much of a pussy you don't know how to fight? You can only square up on a guy that's not quite all there. Really? And we're supposed to be funding you by, well, we are funding you by billions. But like I said, I was lucid. So while this was happening, I'm thinking I might actually get killed by these people. Once again, I was gone. I was irrational, but yet ironically rational in some ways. Because yes, black people have been killed as patients. Let me stop right there. When I was talking to these police, I felt cold silver on my hands. Someone was arresting me. And I'm just like, wait a minute, hold up. This is 2008 all over again. Who called the police? What bonehead did that? And you're pulling out handcuffs? Well, it didn't lead to no jail time. This time. It led to something worse. We'll get to that. I'm telling these people because I'm just in a fucked up state of mind. I'm trying to go home, sir. They're getting in my face. Even in that delusional state, I'm ready to knock this motherfucker out. I'm so glad I didn't. Something about me and cops is like, I have no sympathy for you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers are some of the most retarded assholes literally on the planet. That's why you had the George Floyd Black Lives Matter event. They literally dragged me back to the room. Literally dragged. Swollen legs and all in the wheelchair. No concern for me. I'm telling them, hey, I'm trying to go home. Jaundiced eyes and all. The nurses are getting in my face saying, sir, 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 sir. Let me tell you something. As an expert, that's not how you talk to someone. You sound like a fucking retard. Here's how an educated person talks to someone that's facing this issue that I was facing. Mr. Jackson, we cannot let you go right now. You're not well. Can you please return to your room? That's how you do it. The retarded staff at this particular hospital don't seem to understand that. Well, some of them are literally illiterate. No common sense exists in the United States. It's highly evident. I'm already getting exhausted. Going right back to the police, however. They destroyed my cell phone. It's cracked in multiple places. What fucking moron did that? Because when I finally came to in another division of that particular hospital, it has multiple towers. I noticed the crack is on my cell phone. At first, it was missing for like several days. When I get to that, I'm skipping ahead. You know what these people did, and this is why I say this is attempted murder. They actually let me walk out. Suddenly, I have a Hispanic cop, dorky looking piece of shit. I'll slap his ass if I ever see him on the street. 4 eyes, and another dumb white bitch. They walked me out of the hospital in the cold. I'm in a gown, hair frizzle, eyes jaundiced. Why am I outside in the freezing cold? It was a setup to bring me back. But to document it like I chose to leave, that was a lie. They actually allowed me to leave. I didn't choose it, they allowed it. There is a difference, dear viewer. I am literally delirious. I'm walking blocks around this place. I walked to a coffee house, a lab core, and I wound back up facing these police again. In the first circumstance, I could feel myself coming back to cognition. Christopher is there in the subconscious. He's clawing his way back to the conscious. But I was so out of my mind, I could not even fathom how I appeared. I was just out of it. Turn around. I went to a lab core. Why? I'm thinking I could just call someone to come and get me. Like, dear sister. I'm sitting there trying to get some sleep and clear my mind. Guess who comes through? The lab core guys. The cops. Same motherfuckers who started the whole affair. I'm just sitting there asleep. Did not make eye contact with a single one. They see, here's the unique thing about that circumstance. This is a different building. You can't just try this again. Someone at the lab court called the police, but it's not really concerning the same matter. Or so American court would argue. Actually, it does. That's how I know it's the same cops. That's how retarded our legal system is, too. They get the courage to come up to me and try to talk to me and act all friendly, even in that delirious state. I'm thinking to myself, if you don't get out of my fucking face, I'll slap you upside your fucking head. That means that Christopher is getting closer to the surface. And of course, they got these retarded black Negroes, these shook in the job pieces of shit. Come up there, we're trying to help you, Mr. Jack. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. You can't, you act like you can't even talk right. You sound like you're on a plantation. So, of course, they're fat, borderline retarded, ugly, stupid. That's the average American cop. I walk out, well, they walk me out. They're putting on an air and an act. They drive off. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? Suddenly, I have a blanket. It's to set up the third time. But wait a minute, pause right there. Why are we going through this little charade here, people? Dude, kind of gone. Second time you are encountering him, take him back to the hospital. Let me tell you what a director Christopher Jackson will be doing. If I run a hospital, I walk up and see one of my patients walking around town in a gown, I'm going back to the hospital. Every specialist, nurse, cook, fired. That's attempted murder. Don't expect Americans to understand that. The logic goes, in some jurisdictions, murder does have the prerequisite of premeditation, planning. But then again, sometimes the intent is so self-evident, obvious, you can bypass it and just go right to murder. It's weird. But that's clear murder. You are dealing with a guy that's already in a state of near death. He's walking around barefoot. That opens him up to more pathogens. It's freezing cold. His body is not going to be able to regulate all that temperature droppage and the consequences of it. You're setting this guy up to die while you're playing with him. Get him in a car. Get him back in the fucking hospital. Else, you're going to be facing murder charges. If I were a director of this particular hospital, that's exactly what would have happened. Everyone there, gone. I have no association with anyone that's going to sit here and jeopardize the well-being of my patient. And for the patients that are there, we're gonna have to get some relief on staff. But those motherfuckers that are there, you're done. You're associated with motherfuckers that try to set up a murder. 3 times the charm. This is why I say black folks are mentally ill in this country too. Most black people in America are right wing. That means they're retarded. That means that they're willing to go jump in bed with Uncle Bob that would have lynched their little nigger asses way back in the day. They're so retarded, they don't know that. Well, of course, I know that. That's why I'm not right wing. That's why I hate conservatives and especially conservative Negroes. You know your boy Floyd Austin, so I'll be roasting his big good headed ass. You also know, what was the other motherfucker? These stupid ass retarded black politicians. They're all borderline. They're all mentally ill. These pastors. Yeah, I ain't got time. I'll put your Negro ass out there too. You want to be stupid? Look, you're gonna learn that you're facing white supremacy every day of your life. But you're gonna have your identity out there. Good luck to you. Anyway, third case, 2 black idiots get out the car, pretending like they're gonna help. They wind up calling the police. Oh, guess what? Same people. They roll me back into the hospital. Finally. You should have did that initially, like before I got a chance to even walk out. Let me say it again. If I ran that hospital, every motherfucker there fired. Court filings pressed. Motherfuckers charged with attempted murder. Oh, absolutely. This is gonna be public. I'm not fucking around. The name of that hospital, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. Memorial Hermann, Memorial City, Houston, Texas. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break some confidentiality? Suck my dick. You literally try to kill me. You're gonna pay a price. You're gonna be all over the internet known for that shit. Just like ULM was for that stupid ass arrest. Oh, hi. Oh, guys, remember the University of Louisiana Monroe? What happened there? I think Christopher got 2 of the professors fired. I seem to remember that. Remember some call me Johnny going on 8chan? What happened there? That fat fuck look like a pedophile right now. How many times have I gone public with bullshit like this? Everyone at the Hermann Memorial Hospital should be charged with attempted murder for allowing that to happen to me. That includes the cops. And yes, there are plenty of witnesses. Oh, you want to be stupid? We'll get stupid. You'll find this all over the internet. Just like the University of Louisiana Monroe. And tell me, is ULM pro-Israel? They're real quiet. That means they are. Hmm. That explains that arrest from 2008, doesn't it? Yeah. Yes, it does. You're on finite time. That type of cruelty I've never faced in my fucking life. I've gone through some shit. I've never been that horrified. God is my witness. I'm taking that hospital down. And every mentally retarded ass nurse there. Oh, we're gonna come to some of them too. I'm back in the hospital. I'm in a wheelchair. Christopher's clawing his way back, but it's still diluted. It's like I'm just there. I feel I felt weak, and I'm just looking around like, what just happened? They take me to a front room, ice cold. Then they take me to a back room, and it felt like a maze and a puzzle. And I'm there screaming for help. Once again, I was delirious. Well, in that case, ironically, it's attempted murder. Even when I'm deluded, I still get it right. That's why I call myself the philosopher, the purveyor of truth. Even at my worst, I never get it wrong. That's one example right there. The hilarious irony of that. A dude out of his mind, still kind of technically right. That could have in fact led to me dying right there. Like I said, you're gonna pay a price. Herman Memorial. If they're gonna do home health care, I'm actually considering saying no, rejecting it. Get that off my insurance. I ain't paying for that shit. I'm gonna find me another specialist. I'm actually considering going to another specialist. I'm in the back room. They're pretending to do paracentesis, blah blah blah. I'm sitting there, just just paranoid as fuck. I can feel my heart stopping, starting, stopping, starting. Christopher is still there, the subconscious, but he's not quite in control. And I'm just thinking like, oh my God, I'm dying here, aren't I? This is no way to treat a patient. If you gotta be told that, go to a therapist. Oh my God. And then after all that, some of that shit I don't even want to think about. Like that arrest of 2008, it's just a painful memory. I just need to bury it for now. We'll come back to it. Oh, Herman Memorial, you're done. That's going to be public. All over the internet. And I do have witnesses. Oh, we'll be going to the... I'm going to contact the media, too. When I woke up, I'm in another part of the hospital. I did not die. Clearly not. You're listening to me. I survived. Hence why I chose the fourth survivor. And the ghost survivors is just ironic, whatever. I survived that little ordeal. Christopher's finally back in control. He's he's okay. Why could this have been done initially? Why? When I'm in that little section of that hospital, there was a black nurse that came in. Christopher's back. Just a little tired. This bitch, and I choose that word very intently, I don't know what's wrong. What was wrong with her, but this is hilarious, dude. She literally introduced herself by saying, "Here, take this." Even I had to laugh at that, looking back in hindsight. Hi, take this, and here's some more medication, and here's some more. She's like a cartoon fucking character. Hi, take this, please. I'm like, okay, hello, nice to meet you. Can I at least get your name? The fuck? Who the fuck walks into a man's bed talking about, please take this drug, please sip on this? And I'm there, I'm still a little delirious. I'm noticing a straw coming closer to my mouth. I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Is this bitch retarded? That's the one funny moment in all that. Even I will laugh at that. And that's the only one, too. Suddenly, for some inexplicable reason, dying man in front of you and everything, decompensated liver, portal hypertension, and CKD stage 2, and jaundice. She's not focused on all that. No, apparently she thought I was attractive. That's funny to me. I literally don't consider myself attractive. She says, I have very cute Ethiopian features. Uh-huh. Lady, you want to focus on the medication, not the Ethiopian nasal bridge. The fuck? Okay. So I'm sitting there like, all right, this lady is, I think she's horny. You're dealing with a philosopher. That shit don't interest me anymore. I'm dying. I may literally be dying. I'm focused on that survival. I'm just like, bitch, get out of my fucking room. I wanted to say that, I did not, because the delirium wore off. Okay, but she saying, well, you have cute Ethiopian features. I'm like, well, okay, thank you. But I'm thinking in my mind, you dumb bitch. That's your priority right now? Well, he seems cute. I want to suck his dick. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, I'm dying. Different priorities for different folks, I suppose. She leaves, and I'm just sitting there. I'm scrolling through bad, clear American programming, and I'm looking at Gunsmoke. I'm thinking I'm back. I'm back with my fucking grandfather. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is happening right now? Woman is up here talking about my Ethiopian features. I'll be honest, she was cute, but like I said, I don't give a fuck about that shit now. I'm focused on survival and getting the fuck out of this hellhole. But that's another story for another day. She's talking about Ethiopian features. I'm looking at Gunsmoke. I just had a straw jammed in my face. I'm just like, bro, maybe death is not that bad. But this is weird. I feel like I'm in a fucking video game. Hell, even video games don't get that weird. Like the hell? But anyway, jokes aside, sunset comes along. Christopher is finally back. So too is the realization of what I experienced. I was once again lucid. I remember every bit of that. Every bit, even the delusions. Give me a moment. Just a second. Oh my God. I'm trying to get this energy drink open. Oh. Oh, by the way, I lost all my weight. Yeah, my fat mass metabolized with quickness. I ain't fat no more. I haven't been this skinny in literally years. Once this fluid is out of me, I'm gonna be looking like a popsicle stick. Fuck this goddamn controller, bro. There we are. That's open, and the cap has up. Like, I'm looking at my arms right now. My musculature, gone. Well, they didn't really have much anyway. The fat, gone. It ain't nothing but body fluids from my liver. Once that's taken out and my liver is transplanted, bro, I gotta go buy a new wardrobe. Holy shit, I lost a ton of weight. Hold it. Hmm. One moment. Oh. Wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. Gotta be right back. Very sorry about that. I had to go get up, hobble, grab some water. I'm getting lightheaded. But truthfully, when let's pick back up where this story was. Before I had to go get some water and my this medication called lactulose, which is basically a flavorful laxative. And this other drink I have here, just an energy drink with nutrients. So I don't feel as flushed and whether trying to get this ammonia buildup out of me. You see how I'm exuding knowledge about all of this? That's how your medical professionals should be sounding. It's like we're in a nation full of children. I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, this is happening. Okay, daybreak in this little scenario at this hospital, right? Okay, here we go again. Another provider comes in. Guess who it is? It's the nephrologist telling me you can survive on 1 liter of fluid. This is an Asian man. Before that whole ordeal happened, I told the nurses I want 2 people, this Dr. Ike and this Asian nephrologist, never come to my room because we're going to have words. I'm literally telling them, I'll beat your fucking ass this fucking hospital. Do not come to my fucking room because you're going to be sitting here fucking lying to me. Do you know the fact that everything literally has fluid on this planet? Why? It's biology. Go to your fridge right now. Pull out any meat, any vegetable. Pop it on the oven. Sizzle it. Do you notice that liquid that's seeping out? That's fluid. I don't think the retarded nephrologist understood that. So weird that the delirious, delusional Christopher understands that, but not the supposedly better educated Asian doctor. Huh. What do they be saying about stereotypes? They make ass assumptions and stereotypes. Well, for one thing, with stereotypes, that shit ain't true. But then another thing, assumptions, you make an ass out of you and me. Yeah, this is one of those situations, isn't it? Yeah. This dude is so dumb, he can't even compete with the delirious Christopher Jackson. Bad. That's so sad. Oh, dear God. I looked at this dude and I'm like, Chris, keep it together. These motherfuckers are such posers. They're all actors. Well, Mr. Jackson, we're gonna check your liver, and it looks like everything is normal. Just before that incident, he was talking about, well, not your liver, your kidneys. Well, your kidneys seem like they're not producing as much urine. That was listed like the day before when I lost my mind and went on this little mythical adventure in my own fucking head. But now he's talking about, well, your kidneys seem good, and I'm like, motherfucker, get out of my room. There is one thing the purveyor of truth hates above all else: liars. You lie, get out. What did I just say at the beginning of this video? As an adult, there's expectations. You're educated. You know not to lie. You lie, hit the fucking road. That means you up to something. I ain't even got time for it. There was one time I was sitting in the car with my retarded sister. I punched her fucking ass in the face. Why? The bitch is lying. Just balled my hands, clocked her right upside her fucking head. I'll do it again, bitch. Because I know she be sitting there on my social media too. It's amazing how retarded the average American is. The nephrologist leaves. Now in the new room, my cell phone's missing. My clothes are missing. They brought me the clothes of a guy that I don't think was me. Medical experts, people, continuing. Eventually, I'm just sitting there, I'm just thinking like, wow. That experience really happened. That's attempted murder. Should we go all over the internet with this and let people know about Herman Memorial, Memorial City? I'm gonna start putting some names out there like that Dr. Ike. When you're that fucking retarded in a medical profession, where you're expected to be way smarter than that, your ass is grass in my book. You forfeited your career. You need to get the fuck out. I'll force you out. Eventually, a Latino doctor walks in. This man apologizes because I tell him straight up, you guys called the cops on me, and I was walking around this Memorial City in Houston, Texas, on a cold day. Why? I can literally see the embarrassment, the fear, the embarrassment, the concern in this man's face. He knew they fucked up. People, you always give a telltale sign of what you're thinking. You may think you're clever and people don't pick up on that. I'll be reading you. I read humans like books because I'm a scientist. There's that word again. I'm sitting here like, okay, they're fully aware of what just happened. But they're not owning it like apologizing. So for this guy who's seems like he's more apologetic because he's worried about consequences. My energy is depleting. Hold it. That's how sick I am. I can't even yell. So I'm feeling flushed. Well, to be fair, I didn't get no sleep last night. Legs and all. Filthy apartment and all. I gotta stand up. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're aware. They know they fucked up. That's perfect. That's gonna be used against you. In fact, I think seriously, when I'm done with this lawsuit, I'm getting on the phone with some attorneys. Well, their consultation fees be damned, but I'm gonna get on the phone with the media too. Oh, this is about to go live. I ain't fucking around with these motherfuckers. I spent a few days in that section, right? The African chick who's obsessed with Ethiopian features, she kept bringing that up, and I gotta be honest, why? Not her job. I mean, her job's to focus on the patient. Many nurses come in, introduce themselves, leave, blah blah blah. Then, for the final time, I got moved 3 times total. Well, 4 if you include one incident. The final time was literally right around It was right around, let me see, because how many days was I there? At least 3. It was I think it was like getting close to the weekend. And they moved me to a monitoring room. Still carrying on their act, still acting like they're concerned. And I'm just like, no, they're trying to rush me out of here, and they ultimately did. They did a second parasiticus. That is a process by which they medically inject a needle into your stomach to remove the acidic fluid. That's all. And I immediately lost weight. I have lost dozens of pounds because of that. You can hear it in my voice. I'm not even feeling well right now. Might have to end the live stream soon, but we're gonna wrap it up though. I'm sticking through it because, like I said, this is about to get live, very live, very personal too. And in these various rooms, it's this phone keeps fall out. This microphone keeps fall out of my hands in my ear. Sorry about that. It doesn't fit. Same thing keeps occurring. Blah blah blah. Ultimately, I'm discharged, and I just got back yesterday. The trauma is real. Last night, when I was trying to sleep on this little floor here, thank you, sister, I had a nightmare about these providers, the same ones I'm talking about, hounding me. That should never happen to your patient. I am going to go very public with this. I want the left to know about that particular hospital and how dog shit the Houston police are. Because these grown ass men, they don't know how to fight. Pussies. You a little bitch. If your ideal opponent is a dude out of his mind, no, come at me when I got my gun and I'm feeling relatively healthier. I'll blow your fucking brains out. And I'm gonna blame you for it and say that you got yourself killed because you're that fucking retarded. And I literally had people try that shit too. I am sick to death. Literally, hopefully not in this case, of liars, charlatans, and frauds. Many times in that hospital, I had to tell nurses, woman, cut the crap. Do your job. Stop with the fake niceties and get the fuck out of my room. I actually said this. I'm tired of it. There are some things that should never have to be said. Kind of like how you should never have to tell a person, hey, it's not good to rape your own child. If you ever had to find yourself uttering such a disgusting thing to someone, the person you're dealing with is gone. Get away from them. Some things should just be common sense, people. Like how you should avoid inappropriate, lustful talk about Ethiopian features on the job. How you should not lie about 1 liter of fluid being sufficient. How you should not mislead and call the police on a man with liver failure. There are just some things you just should not have to be told as an adult. If you have to be told that, you ought to be embarrassed with yourself. Like I had to tell my retarded that I'm Janetta Jackson. I'm gonna put her ass out there. I truly believe she's functionally retarded. You have to tell this dumb bitch once again, no, sister. Obama was conning you. You are mentally retarded. You can't figure that out. Just sick people in this country. What it is, some of them have mental problems. Many of them are uneducated, but some of them know what they're doing. See, I know some of those doctors and those police, they knew what they were doing. They thought it'd be funny to humiliate me like that. Game on. Oh, I'm all about that humiliation shit. I took down Some Call Me Johnny. I took down the University of Louisiana. I'm taking down Herman Memorial. You want your cheeks clapped? Christopher Jackson got the dick and the fucking lotion ready. And I'm done with that. 35 years of my life, I had to sit here and look at stupid people. Done with it. You fuck with me at this point, y'all coming for your job. Do it again, you go any further, I'm coming for your life. You're not intelligent if I had to sit here and repeat things to you, or if I had to tell you common sense shit like, hey, nurse, go please, don't come near my food. You literally just, you smell like shit. When they come here for home health, they're gonna get they're gonna get the business, and it's time for legal action and media attention and social media attention. Social media in particular, that's my favorite. Herman Memorial, Memorial City. Tell everyone you know, do not send your loved ones to that place. If you do, shame on you. You have been warned by a guy that may have literally died on the premises. Normally, I end these videos off with a little, I have the ultimate beings here, one, but we're not doing that today. Ain't got the energy for it. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to edit, and I'm going to show the picture of my sister and some of her messages. This bitch, no doubt, has mental health issues. It's like you have to talk, she's like a child. You have to talk to her, repeatedly tell her shit that she should already know from just lived experience. Houston police, this is about to go live. I'm about to get in contact with KHOU Houston. I'm about to get very public with this. You know, fucked around with the ultimate being 01 for no fucking reason when he just simply came to you and said, hey, can you please help me? That ass is mine. You know, that subject. For now, I gotta take a break. Come back later on today. We're gonna do another live stream. Oh, we're not done. You thought that was the end of it? No. Now we gotta talk about how this particular hospital has no actual well-trained specialists. We're gonna get into that. Then we're gonna go into how they have no safety guidelines or assistance for their patients. Then we're gonna talk about how they like to chit chat like they're in high school, talk behind people's back, and they think I don't know them. I'm about to get on the phone with some news organizations and if they'll pick up their lines. I'm about to talk to some attorneys right now. Oh no, there's gonna be hell to pay. Oh no, dear viewer, no. You do not attempt to kill your patient and then get away with that. You suffer. You're done. Till then, Okay. Now we're gonna go into the traditional way of ending it. Of the ultimate being 01, the purveyor of truth, Christopher Jackson. We're gonna try to keep this going. We're gonna try to keep it live. And I'm gonna be editing in some bullshit. Yeah. For now, take care. Try to be safe. And tell everyone you know about Herman Memorial, because I certainly will be starting right now. You all have a good day.